Hello, hello. This is my vlog, Josh Weaver. I'm trying to get this assignment done, so let's dive right into it. Uh, as I was doing my interviews, I asked some of these questions. Is technology going to be is technology going to drive instruction, or how is technology going to drive instruction? Is technology going to enhance the mastery? Is the technology going to show effective collaboration? Or can it show effective collaboration? How are you going to facilitate the technology being used? Is the tech being used based on data, or so are you is do you have data to prove why you're using the technology? And then also, is the tech content or subject appropriate? When I ask those questions, you get different answers, but the last question is the technology content or subject appropriate? I thought was the one that a lot of folks stumbled on, because sometimes you can get different types of technologies out there, whether it be tablets, whether it be games, YouTube, stuff like that, that sometimes it's not appropriate for the classroom or the content or the subject. uh, is a quizzes important or subject appropriate for a literature class, when you really want to show um, if they understand the words or not. I don't know. I mean, sometimes some of the technology being used in some classrooms are just not content or subject appropriate. Sometimes not even age appropriate. So that question, was a question I asked, and that I've had some different answers. Some of the responses that we got, um, were different, because obviously three different teachers. Um, Coach Dave, history teacher, I interviewed him and I asked him, is technology going to drive your instruction? He said no. He teaches AP kids, higher level kids, and he's a big believer. And he said, I'm preparing these kids for college. I'm not going to baby them. I'm not going to give them anything. If they want to use the technology in the class, then they are going to have to learn to collaborate and work together. So, he doesn't use technology as much in his classroom, but, ask him in these questions, he believes in the theory and the reason why it's important to use the technology, but he doesn't feel that it's important for him in his class. Ask another teacher, how is it going to drive instruction? Um, they said they use their technology on a daily basis. Math class where they use Alex. If you know what Alex is, I guess it's like a website that the kids go to do math problems to get better, and based on, if they get it right, they move on. If they don't get it right, they go back. I think we talked about something like this in the cohort. Another question. I want to move on so I can try to hit all the points. Um, the lesson plan analysis. One of the teachers that I interviewed is a forensic science teacher. He's a science teacher, and he's going to use technology in his class, and it's kind of obvious. I mean, you would have to use technology in that class. And when I was looking over his lesson plan, it shows that he's just using like a Nearpod to do an activity or a quiz, or a way to get notes. And that's how he was using technology in his lesson plan and how he was doing work. But I guess a way that I said that you can use the technology in your class, again, and when I'm saying technology, I'm saying like computers or some sort of device. The way he could probably use the technology better in his class is to, I guess, make it more of like digital games, where you do like a matching. It's forensic science. Hey, this splatter of blood. Do like a flip card. This splatter of blood goes with what, where they do some sort of matching or find the clue, things like that. I guess this will fall into technology. He does use microscopes. He does use um, uh, I can't remember what it's called, but he does use other types of technologies Even though it may be not be digital or a tablet or a computer, he does use things in the classroom to help drive the instruction, to help get the students to understand the mastery, or understand the content so they can reach mastery. And again, like I said, if he's going to use computers or a tablet, I think that he would need to do it more in a collaborative way, to where students are working together. Um, Even though they may not be in the same classroom, they may not be in the classroom or at school that day, they'll be able to work together to find the clues or do the research project when it comes to forensic science, because that classroom is more project-based, group-based, and that's a way I said that, hey, they can use it like Microsoft, the Microsoft product, OneNote, OneDrive, whatever. They can use that to help those students stay together and collaborative work together and things like that, kind of how we're doing in this cohort. And then the last thing, I guess, the checklist. Checklist I would use, that I've used with in my class with my PLC. We were having issues with our students understanding content, understanding material. They can't get the kinematics. They don't understand how to find area under the curve, or what is the slope of a velocity time graph. So things that we came up with, we started to ask ourselves was, how are the students mastering the content? If they can't master the content, or if they're not mastering content, we moved on to, what technology out there could we use to help our students understand the material better, or to get to mastery. Once we discussed it as a PLC, as a group, we said, all right, we broke it down to what technologies that we want to use, whether it be a Nearpod, a Quizzes, a Quizlet, OneDrive, or OneNote, or whatever. We said, how would that technology enhance the growth, or enhance growth towards mastery for our students? Once we picked the technology that we decided on, we then went on and said, all right, have our students ever used this technology? Or would it be hard for them to catch on to it? And, one of our teachers in our PLC said, no, this is actually pretty easy, pretty fun for the kids. And then also the technology we chose is more of a collaborative type technology, where the students working together to get towards the main goal. And then the last question that our department chair or our instructional coach asked us, that I put in here too, was, can data be taken from the use of this technology to show that the students are working towards mastery, or they're getting better? So those are, I guess, 5 questions that I just rewrote down. I wrote down because I think that's what you should think when you're creating lesson plans, to show the reason why you're going to use technology. Again, if you're using technology just to use it, and there's no purpose or reason behind it, then you're using technology ineffectively, if that's a word. But hopefully this video log is right. If there's anything else I need to do, please let me know. But other than that, thank you. And sorry I went over on time, but this is the results that I got. Thank you.